Lydia,
Tim,
Chris,
Scotty,
John,
Alexis.
There are multiple people in the world that think they deserve credit for what they're worthy enough to do. There are some people in this world that do incredible things and make such a difference in people's lives, such as Jim Kelly. After researching this topic to a max, I feel as if you will understand why I'm thinking about Jim Kelly today. I researched this on 3 different websites. I did it on the NFL Hall of Fame website, I used Hunter's Hope, and I also used an encyclopedia website. So most of the stuff from the first part is used from the Hall of Fame. As a former football player of the Buffalo Bills, a father, and an extremely strong man, he was one of the best all-time football players for the Buffalo Bills. And he was drafted the first-round pick to the Buffalo Bills in 1983. He was the quarterback, and he also mastered the no-huddle offense and led the Bills to 8 postseason games. No Super Bowls, though. Jim Kelly was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2002, and he was inducted by his former coach, who coached him for a few years, Marv Levy. Even though the NFL was taking up most of Jim Kelly's time, he still managed to spend as much time with his family as he could. His wife's name was Jill. His 2 daughters' names were Erin and Cameron, and he also had a son named Hunter. His 2 daughters were the ones that always visit him in hospitals. He loves spending time with them, and they also go to his games. Especially now that he's done with football, they spend a lot more time together. Hunter was the youngest child, and he passed away due to Krabs disease. He was diagnosed with Krabs disease a couple weeks after he was born. Although he lost his youngest son at age 8, he has done some incredible things due to the fact of his loss. Jim Kelly is one of the strongest men that I have ever researched and have ever met and heard about, fighting the loss of his son and fighting his own cancer, which was jaw cancer, and even writing books. Jim Kelly and his wife Jill started a huge foundation called Hunter's Hope. This was for all Krabs disease, and they all have their own website that they use. He has a family website. He posts videos and stories, and he does the fundraisers on the videos. It's called Hunter's Hope Foundation, and I actually had the privilege of being a part of it. We raised money at a local coffee shop selling carnations. This was brought up by the president of the foundation, Chuck D'Angelo. He had us stand out there for a few hours each day over the weekend, and he brought us food. We talked to everyone through the drive-thru, and we ended up raising a good amount of money for it, so it was a great opportunity to be a part of. He was an incredible man who also went out of his way to help people. He's fighting it himself. He's fighting jaw cancer, like I said previously. He was diagnosed with the cancer in June 2013. He's been fighting it due to the fact that he was diagnosed with cancer. He has stopped football. He is retired. He still manages to go to football camps and teach children how to play, and he also has an organization for the Krabs disease to where they actually go out on the football field, and he gives like a big presentation. It was actually posted on the Hunter's Hope website organization, along with his life story and his sons and what brought them about doing so. Jim Kelly was also fought cancer, and he decided he would bring some of the children to the hospital. He spent a lot of the time in the hospital for the past 2 years. He lost a bunch of his hair. His daughters and mom also recited a quote from him saying that he is not afraid of dying. And his daughter actually wrote a big article on that, saying that because of him, she's influenced, she feels the same way. He has done some amazing things in the past and will continue till the day that he dies. I believe that he is such an amazing and strong person whom helps so many people. I mean, after all, the phrase Kelly Tough doesn't appear out of nowhere.
Lydia,
Tim,
Chris,
Scotty,
John,
Alexis.